live stream or roll up a power up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go ahead and go up. Y'all ready? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Y'all know what this one about. Alright? This time I'm gonna go in about how I went broke by renting cars. Tap in, tap the fuck in. We all got something we like to do, you know. But some things, everything ain't. What's the saying? Everything that glitter ain't gold. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Listen, right? I'm the type that always been a car guy, but man, this shit right here, tap the nigga out. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Nah, I done had cars since I was 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been fucking with the cars my whole life. So I got over 20 years of car experience in. But man, my last 5 years, I started going crazy with them. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Listen, right? I know everybody got their thing in life. You know what I'm saying? But honest truth, being frugal is what's gonna save you. Tap in, tap the fuck in. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So with me, right, I always had like the old cars. You know what I'm saying? I done had over 100 cars before I got into this new shit. You know what I'm saying? So all the older cars I had was always paid off, always cashed them out, all that shit. Motherfuckers turn out to be jalopies. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what a jalopy is, it's a lemon, a piece of shit. Damn engine problems, transmission problems. You know what I'm saying? Always something. You know, I was just sick and tired of it, man. Over the years, always something wrong with the damn car. You know, every car I had, like I done had a little bit of everything, man. And there's always something wrong with them, you know. So I was just getting to a point where I was just getting tired of fucking with old ass cars. Then I'm seeing people ride past me and new shit. You know what I'm saying? Banging their music, sunroof up, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, damn, man, when the fuck am I gonna get my breakthrough so I can start doing that type of shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck I gotta keep riding around these old busted ass cars? You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this shit, man. To the chat, soy the best. Yeah, you know what it is, man. Goddamn jalopy, something else. Darth Vava, Happy New Year, bruh. Happy New Year, baby. I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody happy. So Real TV, Happy New Year. I hope everybody safe. I hope everybody with their family. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta go ahead and put y'all on game on about why the fuck I fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? And I fucked up fucking with these cars. Now look, I ain't doing this trying to get no cash apps or no Apple Pays, none of that type of shit. I'm just telling y'all what I did that fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Bully McGuire, Happy New Year from New Orleans. My dog, Happy New Year. I heard y'all had a mass shooting down there, like last night or some shit, man. I hope you and your family safe, man. Prayers up to the people that was lost behind it. Now, back to this car shit. So, like I'm saying, I got all these damn jalopies. They just fucked up left and right, man, left and right. Every time I got a car, I remember I bought this one car, right? That motherfucker ain't even make it to the house. That bitch overheated before I even got it to the house. You know what I'm saying? And where I bought it from, it was about 30 minutes away from where I was taking it to. That motherfucker overheated on me before I even made it to the house. You know what I'm saying? So I real life was just tired of old ass cars. Like That shit was just crazy. So fast forward to take 2020 roll around. You know, at this time I'm in the '06 Grand Prix. Yeah, it's paid off and all of that, but it turned out to be a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? So with it being 2020, this is the beginning of 2020. I ended up meeting this girl. You know what I'm saying? Me and this girl was cool as hell. You know, so we doing our thing and shit. And but that damn Grand Prix had broke down on me, right? So when it broke down, girl, like, she like, look, I already know you a hustler, you know, you do your thing. She like, I'm gonna help you out. I'm like, what you mean? At the time, she was renting a car, but she was renting something like a little Honda or something. You know what I'm saying? She like, look, you can use my car to get around, do what you got to do, just pay for it. Cause she was the type that didn't, you know, go out much. She ain't do much. So she like, you know, you can go ahead, ride around, make your money, do what you got to do, just pay for it. I'm like, all right, cool. It was like $55 a day or some shit like that. You know, that wasn't nothing big. So riding around in her shit, I'm paying the tab on it every day. I had it for like a week. You know what I'm saying? Then she started getting on this. Oh, I want to go hang out with my friends. You know, I want to go do this. I want to do that. And she like, well, you know what? This is what we do. So that way, you know, we both can have a car. She like, how about I just rent you a car? I'm like, okay, that's cool. She like, you know, I put in my name and everything, but you just gonna have to pay for it. I'm like, all right, you know, I don't got no problem with that. You know, I can get a new car and I'm making the money, you know, to pay for it. So, all right, come on with it, you know. So she asked me what kind of cars I like, shit like that. So I'm telling her. So she went on Hertz.com, you know, the rental company. And she went on there and she scrolling through the cars. She like, you like this type of shit, you know, Camaros, Challengers, things like that. I'm like, hell yeah, you know, I'm like, these type of cars I fuck with, you know, muscle cars and shit. So she like, all right, this what we gonna do. She like, I rent you whatever car on here that you want, but you gotta pay for it, you know. And the cars on the list, you know, it show the car on this side, then on this side show the price. So I'm like, all right, cool, you know. I picked the car I wanted. I found the a Challenger. It was a Hemi Challenger. I'm like, all right, I'll start with this. You know, went and got that motherfucker. I think that motherfucker was like $120 a day. You know what I'm saying? When I shouldn't even been paying that much, but you know that was the type of time I was on at that moment. You know, so I'm like, shit, fuck it, give it here, cause I wanted it. You know, I ain't never had one at the time. It was new. You know, it was just something like hell yeah, I want that. You know, she went ahead, booked it. We went and picked that motherfucker up, right? So we went and picked it up. Like I said, it was like $120 a day. You know what I'm saying? Now what hurts, like you gotta like book it for like so many days. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta pay that tab up right then and there. So it was like $500-600 down or some shit like that. Put that shit down, went and got it. I'm like, oh, okay, that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I made that little money back in that couple of days. I'm riding around new Hemi Challenger. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. I'm like, damn, I finally got my breakthrough. I got a new car. You know, this shit feel good. You know, I'm riding around doing my thing, right? Now, when you rent cars from rental places, this is what happened when you rent cars from rental places for a long term. You know what I'm saying? My plan was to rent this car long term for like a month, 2 months, some shit like that. That's called long term to these rental companies because they used to people renting them for like 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So I call myself renting it long term. Let me hit the chat one more time. Darth Viva. When Optimus Prime gives new shoes, they are called Vans. Okay. Now, when I call myself renting this car, right? You know, like I said, the thing with these rental companies, they play the game. You know, if you rent a car long term, they like call you and say something wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? They'll say it's some type of malfunction or some shit. After you had a car for so long, after you had it for like 2 or 3 weeks, they'd say it's a malfunction. It's a call back on it. Something wrong with it. A recall, something wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? So that means you got to bring it back. They call themselves supposed to check on it, but they take the car from you and they throw you something else. That's how these rental companies operate their cars. That way, so you don't keep it that long, and you fuck around and crash it or some shit like that. That this how they maintain their cars. So they assign you a contract, like a 60-day contract with the car, but you not gonna have it that long. Now, what they will do, like I said, they give you another car. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna be that same car that you initially signed the contract for. Within a couple of weeks, they gonna call you and say it's some type of malfunction or it's a recall, and you gonna have to bring it back, and they gonna give you something else. Now, when they give you something else, they give you something else within the same class. So if you rent like a muscle car, they give you another muscle car. But it's just not gonna be the same as that car you had. So this is what I was doing. I was renting long term. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm making the money for it. So I ain't had no problem with it. I'm like, bet it's a new car. I'm cool with that. So this is what I'm doing, right? I'm renting these cars long term. Every couple of weeks, they calling. Something wrong with it. Something wrong with it. So I keep flipping cars. That year of 2020, I went through like 30 or 40 different rental cars, no lie. I done had everything from Hemi Challengers, SS Camaros, 300s, 300Ss, Suburbans, Tahoes, um, drop top Mustangs, 5.0s. Uh, I done had a little bit of everything that year. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you could think of, I had all that shit. And that's what these rental companies do. They rotate their cars. You know what I'm saying? So if you renting from them long term, you gonna fuck around and be in one of their cars, a different car every couple of weeks, because this is how they change out their whips. So that way you don't keep them too long. Something happened to them and their cars disappear. Because a lot of times that shit happen. So they keep them maintained by changing them out every couple of weeks. Well, anyway, I call myself feeling that shit. I liked it. At first, I didn't like it. I'm like, man, fuck that. I want to keep the car I'm in. You know what I'm saying? But then when they kept on changing up different cars, and I'm in different shit, different interior, different rides, different everything, I was feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And then when the cars is different, of course the prices is different. So basically, I'm upgrading every time I switch out to another car. So every time I upgrade, of course the damn pay is going up, 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 up. It might go up an extra $10 or something like that. A day. It don't seem like much, but that shit add the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Man, at the end of 2020, I literally spent $100,000 on rentals. $100,000 that year. And I didn't have no PPP loans. I didn't have no unemployment. I wasn't getting none of that shit that people was out here getting during the pandemic. I wasn't getting none of that. It was just straight grind. You know what I'm saying? Man, I seen that motherfucking receipt at the end of the year. It was it was like 99,350 some dollars. You know what I'm saying? I spent what hurts. I had such a good record with them. They made me a gold member, and I was able to rent whatever car I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like when you become a gold member, you unlock shit like the new Escalade, Corvettes, things like that. Them kind of cars not offered to basic rental people. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a gold member to unlock them special premium type of cars. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was spending a check on them damn cars just to look good, just to ride around, look sweet. You know what I'm saying? Now, I wasn't doing it for the streets. I was doing it for me because, like I said, I always been a car guy. It was just that what I always been asking for finally came. Now, it didn't came in the form that it should have came, but it came. You know what I'm saying? So I spent all that money that year on them cars. All right, cool. 2021 roll around. I get hip to Turo. So I swap off from Hertz to go to Turo. 2021, I met a new chick. You know what I'm saying? That put me on the Turo shit. So the girl I was messing with in 2020, I stopped fucking with her. I started fucking with a new girl in 2021. Now, the reason why I had to go through these women to get these cars was because my license was suspended at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was like $10,000 in a hole, with suspensions. And again, I didn't ask for none of this. This is just what women was coming at me with. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I don't even be asking for shit. It just happened. So 2021 come around, I don't fuck with girl from 2020, and 2021 I got a new girl. And the new girl like fuck her, go through Turo. At that time I never even heard of Turo. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck is that? So she's showing me. I'm looking on the app, and it got all these different cars on there that you can't rent off of Hertz. So they had like the wide bodies and shit on there. Hertz won't rent you a wide body. They don't even have wide bodies. I don't know why they don't. Maybe because they got a high percentage of crash ratings and getting stolen and shit like that. So they wasn't renting wide bodies. So basically, the new girl I was with, she like, look, I found this wide body Charger. Boom. She showed me a picture of it. She like, ain't that the car you like? I'm like, hell yeah. She like, well, she like, I'll put in my name for you. You know what I'm saying? If you want it. I'm like, hell yeah, babe. Man, that car was $200 a day. No lie, $200 a day. I'm like, go on here and put it in. It was like 1,500 down. You know what I'm saying? Just to get that motherfucker. I'm like, shit, fuck it, give it here. And I got a picture with it, so I ain't lying about shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I had got it, it was out in Ohio. When you rent cars on Turo, they be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So, girl found it in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? It was an Arab out there that was renting, his wide body. Man, when we got out there, me and dog, we got cool as hell. We had rented a 300 just to drive it out there. Rented a 300 from Hertz just to drive it out there. So when we drove from the D to Ohio, you know what I'm saying, to pick up the wide body, we dropped off the 300 in Ohio to a Hertz in Ohio. Because when you renting from, Hertz, Alamo, uh, damn, I forgot all them damn rental places. But when you rent from them, uh, you could drive them state to state. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to another state, you could just drop it off in the next state. So that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? So when we got to Ohio, dropped that 300 off. I got a picture with that 300 too. 300S, brand new boy. Dropped that bitch off out there, right? We dropped it off out there at the airport. Dude met us at the airport with the Charger. He had his girlfriend following him. So we all met up out there at the airport in Ohio, right? While we meet up out there, he tell me, he like, hey man, I fuck with you. You cool as hell, whoopty whoop. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, you're like, you can keep this bitch long as you want to. I'm like, straight up. He like, yeah, just sign this contract. So I signed the contract. I tell him, I'm like, look, I know girl had put it in through the app and everything, but she not gonna be on this contract. It's just gonna be me. He was cool with it. He didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So her name wasn't even on the contract. She just booked it on Turo. You know what I'm saying? But after I met him, me and him did our own personal contract. So basically, she ain't had nothing to do with this car after we had got there to pick that motherfucker up. She only had something to do with it. I think she rented for like 3 days or something. So she only had something to do with it for that 3 days. After that 3 days was up, the contract was just me and him. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Draw that bitch back to the D. You know what I'm saying? We get back here. I drop her off, went on by my business. It's me and dog on the contract. That car was $5,000 a month, 5 bands a month just to drive that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But it was the new thing. It was popping. Ain't nobody had no wide bodies at that time. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the few motherfuckers that had a wide body at the time. So basically, it was like setting me apart from everybody. And I was fine with it, you know, because I'm already a car guy. And I just see myself leveling up. When all actuality, this shit leading to my demise. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, that shit was feeling good. So I got a wide body scat pack now. You know what I'm saying? Riding that bitch around, doing my thing. Couple months down the line, I crashed that bitch. Oh my God. I mean, totaled that motherfucker, right? Drunk as hell. That motherfucker gone. You know what I'm saying? I called up the A-Rab. I'm like, look, I crashed that bitch. He sent one of his homeboys up there with a tow truck. Dude drove all the way from Ohio with the tow truck, came, picked it up, took it back to Ohio. He gave it to the insurance company. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't no police report filed on the car when I crashed it. I just woke up and I was still driving that motherfucker. It was just toe up. I don't know what the fuck I hit, but I blacked out at some point and I ended up crashing into something. I might have hit a pole or something. I don't know. But by the time I woke up, the car was just riding slow as hell and the whole front end was towed the fuck up. So he towed it back to Ohio. He told the insurance company somebody hit it while it was parked, you know, type shit. All right, so that motherfucking car gone, right? Here it is, late 21 going into 2022. Me and that girl that I was talking to at that time, me and her broke up. You know what I'm saying? She the one that was tracking my location and all of that weird shit. So me and her broke up because she was tracking me type shit. You know what I'm saying? I ended up bumping into another woman. This next woman, mind you, before I go any further, I wasn't asking none of these women to do none of this stuff. And I'm very grateful that they did it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't ask nobody for nothing. This just fell in my lap. You know what I'm saying? Now the third woman, right? She pop up. She an older chick. She was like 56. You know what I'm saying? She just wanted a young nigga type shit. It was what it was. So basically, she was trying to win me over. You know what I'm saying? And she knew that I fucked with the cars because she was already in tune with me before me and her started fucking with each other. You know what I'm saying? But after I had crashed the wide body, that's when she jumped on. She like, oh, this is my opportunity right here. You feel me? So me and her started fucking with each other. She like, look, she like, I'm about to put you back in the game. She told me just like that. She like, I'm about to put you back in the game. I'm like, what you mean? She like, shit, you need another car. I got you. I'm like, huh? Man, not her. She went back to Toro. I mean, damn, she went back to Hertz. You know what I'm saying? I told you I started at Hertz, went to Toro, now I went back to Hertz. You know what I'm saying? This is two, 3 women later. You know, the third woman later. You know what I'm saying? Now we back at Hertz. She rented me a Tesla. Now with the Tesla, um, again, I'm paying for everything, but it's in her name because, like I said, my license was suspended beyond recognition. You know what I'm saying? So she rented me this Tesla, right? Hold on, let me holler at my dog. Too scant. What's that word? I'm thinking about getting into renting cars now. No more leases. Hell nah. That's the whole point of this live, bro. I'm trying to tell you, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. No. I'm telling you, if you gonna rent short term. You know what I'm saying? Do something, you know, just to get you by, make you a couple dollars, and just go cash something, dog. Because that's the whole point of this live, bro. I got took down by renting cars. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't been to Hertz and Enterprise. Hertz is better because Hertz got more of the premium cars, like the sports cars. Enterprise really don't carry. They carry sports cars, but Hertz got a better selection of them. So if you is gonna do that, it all depend on what kind of car you want. Hertz might cost a little more again because they got the premium cars. But if you do it, get in and get out. Don't rent long term like I did. I spent 5 years renting cars and that shit broken. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got none of them damn cars. So just be careful with that. But when girl rented me the Tesla, it was the Model 3. You know what I'm saying? Basically like the basic Tesla. You know what I'm saying? I started out with that. That was my first form. You know what I'm saying? Riding around in that bitch, everything cool. I really didn't like it because I don't like them electric cars. You know, you got to charge it and all that shit. Man, it took 45 minutes to charge that damn car. I'm used to going to the gas station and fill up 2 minutes, gone. You know what I'm saying? With that charging shit, 45 minutes to an hour. I did not like that, you know. So I wasn't too fond of the electric cars, but it was a sweet ass car. I ain't gonna lie. You know, them Teslas is sweet as hell. It's just the charging just ain't my thing. So I told you before at the beginning with the rental companies, they always make you flip around these cars. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going through three of them Teslas. I had three Model Threes, and then the fourth one came around. I had the Model Y. Again, they flip you around every couple of weeks. So I done had three Model Threes, and then they ended up giving me a Model Y. Sweet as hell. I ain't gonna lie. It's just the charge, and I don't like the charge. Now, with the charging, it's way cheaper than gas, but it make up in taking your time by having to sit. So if you the type that's always on the go, don't get nothing electric. You know what I'm saying? The battery die fast on them, and it take a long time to charge them. Again, they sweet ass cars, but if you want to go, it ain't for you. If you want to travel, them electric cars not for you. You know what I'm saying? So they more so like inbound type of cars. You know, if you don't got much to do, that's what them electric cars is for. Now I'm pretty sure they gonna upgrade and get better with them. You know, things like that. But at that time when I started renting them, which was early 2022, ball business. You know, they probably didn't got better with them since then. I don't know. But at that time, ball business. So anyway, I'm riding around these Teslas. I think the Teslas was like $100 a day. You know what I'm saying? I rode them four different Teslas I told you about. I rode them for about 3, maybe 4 months. And mind you, I'm spending $100 a day on them. You know what I'm saying? So you do the math. $100 a day on a car, for 30 days by 3 months. You know what I'm saying? You do the math on that shit. So, matter of fact, let's go ahead and do the math real quick. So, $100 times 30, that's what 100 times 30 days. That's what $3,000. $3,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Just to rent the damn car. You know what I'm saying? You got people out here that ain't even making it a month, and that's what I was spending on just to drive these motherfuckers. So 3,000 a month by 3 months, that's 9 bands. You know what I'm saying? I just spent 10 bands on 3 months just riding around in fucking Teslas. So after the Teslas came and went, um, we had went back to Hertz. Well, what happened was when I had the Y model, I ended up hitting the lick. I came up on like 20,000. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm riding around in the Y model, 20 bands on me, feeling good. I didn't cop the fifth of 1738. I'm acting a damn fool. I'm turned the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, I blacked out. I blacked the fuck out. By the time I woke up, Southfield police was behind me. This how I ended up getting on probation. You know what I'm saying? They hit me with an OWI. I was in the parking lot asleep, but I was drunk. and the damn bottle was in the passenger seat with me. You know what I'm saying? So when they rolled up on me, somebody called them and said I looked like I was dead in the car because I was slumped. You know what I'm saying? I was some drunk shit. I don't even recall parking the car or none of that. You know, I blacked out just like I did with that Charger. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't crash the Tesla. I ended up parking it somewhere. Well, where I parked it at was at an urgent care parking lot. So I guess one of the patients or something walked past, seen me in the car slumped, and they called the police and said it looked like I was dead in the car. So the police rolled up. By the time they woke me up tapping on the glass, I get up, all these damn cops surrounding me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they hit me with an OWI, operating while intoxicated. Now, if you know anything about Teslas, they don't just cut on and off like regular cars. They not push start on and off like regular cars. Teslas, I if you know anybody that like work in healthcare where they had like them big ass IDs like this that they had around their neck and shit, and they had an ID card on their neck, that's what the damn basically the key fob, the key card to a Tesla. It's a key card. It's not a key fob. It's not a pair of keys. It's a key card. So what it is, the way how you unlock the doors, you have to put that key card on the between the door jamb, the front door and the back door of the driver's side. It's a little bitty ass camera that's on that door jamb, and basically you gotta put that key card up to that camera. When you put that key card up to the camera, it unlock the doors and it start the car. Now, when you get out the car, you got to do the same thing to shut the car off and lock the doors. You got to put that key card up to that camera and shut the car off and then lock the doors. So basically, if you in the car is running. Basically, in order for you to shut the car off, you have to get out the car and put the key card on the damn camera for it to shut it off and lock the doors. That's how Teslas operate. Well, I'm in the car, so evidently the car running. So that's how the police hit me with the OWI because I was in the car while it was running. You know what I'm saying? That's just how Tesla's made. So I get hit with this OWI charge. Long story short on that, they put me on probation. Hit me with all these damn fees, all of that shit. They even stole some of my money I had 20 bands in cash. By the time I had got out of jail, I had to bail out of jail and everything. My bill was only like 500. But by the time I left jail, I counted my money, I had like $16,000. So they stole like damn near 4 bands from me. You know what I'm saying? In cash. What the fuck can I do about that? It ain't nothing I can do about that. No matter what anybody tell you and all sue them and all this dumb shit, who you gonna sue? What you gonna say? Oh, I came here with 20,000. Now I only got 16,000. That shit not gonna hold no weight in a court system. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to take a loss on 4 bands, basically. You know. Well, with that being said, they took the Tesla. Now I told you at that time my license was suspended. You know what I'm saying? Ball business. So basically, they took the Tesla, took me to jail. You know what I'm saying? I bonded out, and I got to go back and forth to court. Well, when I bind out, what girl do? The older chick that I was talking about that got me these damn Teslas. She came pick me up from jail. We went straight back to hers to jump in something new. The same day I bonded out. You know what I'm saying? So we went back up to hers to get another car. When we go up there, there was an Escalade on the lot. Brand new Escalade. I seen it. I'm like, no, I want that. Give me that. I'm like, and I just got out of jail, and I just took a loss on a couple bands, and I just lost my Y model. Give me that Escalade. I don't give a fuck. Run it. Man, look. The Escalade went by the week. It wasn't it wasn't by the day cost, it was by the week. You probably gonna think I'm capping, but I am not lying at all. It was $3,000 a week for the new Escalade. It was a 2023 Escalade. I paid $3,000 a week for that motherfucker just to rent it. Nah, I ain't about to cap to you. I ain't have it that long. I only had it for like 3 weeks. That motherfucker was tearing me up. So they got a good 10 out of me just for that Escalade, just for a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? I had to turn that bitch back in. Like, fuck that. This motherfucker is expensive. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That motherfucking E-Lay, that's top dog. You feel me? If you got your money right, that is the whip for you. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking Elay a bad bitch. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it was worth that 3,000 every week. I swear to God. It's like it got these what you want to call like LED lights inside of the car, like all around the car. And it's not like they only come on when you open the doors or none of that. It's like when the sun go down, when it gets so dark, those LED lights automatically pop on and they like change colors and shit. Man, that shit is so sweet, dog. If you ain't never been in that new Escalade, I'm telling you, experience it. You know, it rides so smooth. It got the camera on the dashboard, so like when you look out your windshield, it's the same thing on your dashboard. You know what I'm saying? It's so clear and man, it's perfect. That Escalade is something. It's something different about that Escalade, man. The interior, the seats, everything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was worth the money. It was just I couldn't afford this shit, so it had to go back. You know what I'm saying? So it went back, and honestly, it only went back because all right. Let me go ahead and keep it real, right? So one of my side hustles is I gamble. You know what I'm saying? I gamble at the casino. Now I could turn around and make 10 bands. You know what I'm saying? In 30 minutes in the casino. I also could turn around and lose 10 bands in 20 minutes in the casino. You feel me? Well, in order for me to keep up with that motherfucking Escalade, I had to get my casino hustle on. You know what I'm saying? Because my average money wasn't cutting it. You feel me? I'm gonna just be real. Shit, $3,000 a week, no sir. So I had to get my casino hustle on. So it held me up for a couple of weeks. Then I got my ass wet one time. You know what I'm saying? I lost like 15,000. You know, so I'm in the new Elay, just lost 15 bands. I'm hurt, like, dog, what the fuck am I about to do? Well, it wasn't nothing I could do. I had to call the cougar. I'm like, look, I just lost 15 bands. This bitch gotta go back. She like, what? She like, oh shit, I can't believe it. Woo woo. Cause I usually do good in the casino, but I got hit that night. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. Too scant. I'm a poker and blackjack genius. I ain't never played poker. Blackjack, yeah, I fuck with it. Blackjack, cool. It's a pretty quick game, you know. But me personally, I don't trust nothing computer generated. So when I go to the casino, the only thing I do is shoot dice. That's the only thing I trust in the casino because it's not computer generated. You actually pick the dice up and you throw them bitches down the damn field. You feel me? That's the only thing I trust in the casino. Now I didn't play blackjack a few times. You know, I didn't won a couple dollars, I didn't lost a couple dollars. But I just don't like how them cards come out that damn machine and they just grabbing them, flipping them bitches over. Like, man, fuck it. If you can't shovel them bitches in my face and you know what I'm saying, flip them from there, man, hell nah. I don't trust that shit. Them bitches coming out that damn machine, that long ass funnel coming down. I don't trust that shit. So I don't fuck with it, you know. Respectfully, my nigga, you know. But yeah, man, I got my ass towed up one night, you know, shooting dice, making crazy ass bets, betting $1,000 on one roll, you know, type shit. And I was getting my ass towed the fuck up. So I looked up, I lost 15 bands in that bitch. So I had to call my cougar. I'm like, look, I got hit. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker Elay gotta go back. She like, damn. She like, I liked you in that Escalade and all it is, you know, like she said that Escalade fit me so perfect. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of was sick. He had to go back because, you know, she wasn't about to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? She just got it for me. You know. So we had to turn that bitch in, right? Well, right before we went to turn it in, she ended up jumping on Turo because I put her hip to Turo because she didn't know about Turo. Like I said, the last girl, the one that put me hip to Turo, so I put the new one on the Turo shit, my Cougar. You know what I'm saying? Well, she went on Turo and she found this Alfa Romeo. Nah, y'all didn't seen that in my shorts. You know what I'm saying? I had that Alfa Romeo for a year and a half. So I had got that like the summer of 2023. This was right when I had to turn the Escalade back in. So as soon as I turned the Escalade in to Hertz, she had rented me the Alfa Romeo off of Turo. At that time, I never even heard of Alfa Romeo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even know nothing about that car, honestly. And I'm a whole car nigga, but I ain't know nothing about Alfa Romeo at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was something new. I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, I didn't even like it at first because it looked like a little box stairs Nissan to me or something, and it just wasn't something I liked. So I had to grow to like that car, but it was a whole lot cheaper than that damn Escalade. You know what I'm saying? And I had to do something, to bounce back. So I just took it. Well, with Turo, they private owners. They not like these rental companies. They private owners. So dog had me meet him at his house. He stayed out in West Bloomfield, which is a rich ass city in Oakland County. You know what I'm saying? I went and pulled up to his house, motherfucker. Big ass, I ain't gonna say mansion, maybe like a baby mansion. You know what I'm saying? No, the house at least worth 300,000-400,000 easy. You know what I'm saying? He got all type of foreigns in the driveway. And he had that Alfa Romeo out there waiting on me. You know what I'm saying? So when I pulled up, he came out. He was a damn Italian dude. You know what I'm saying? His name was Max. Me and him got cool just like that. Just like how I got cool with the Arab that had the wide body, I got cool with Max with the damn Alfa Romeo. Same exact shit. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, I'm like, look, let's go out that Turo grid. I just cash app you every day or every week, however you want to do it. He was only charging me like $70 a day for that Alfa Romeo. And he was cool with it. He like that. He like, cause Turo eat up so much in fees and shit like that anyway. So he like, I'd rather do the cash app. It was on. Now, after I got the car, I had rented it for like 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Then I told him, I was like, you know what? I like this motherfucker. I'm like, if you want to sell it, you know what I'm saying? I'll buy it from you. He like, shit, you can have it. He wasn't doing no maintenance check on the car, none of that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give a fuck about none of that. He was just cool with me just cash apping him. You know what I'm saying? So he like, if you want to buy it, you can keep it. He like, when you ready to come with the cash, let me know. He never hit me with a price, but I figured he wanted probably like 30 bands for it. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I was renting to own the car. You know what I'm saying? Man, I ended up taking another hit. I got hit for like another 12,000 or some shit. Put me in the hole even further. I'm already in the hole from renting all these damn cars. Now I just got hit again. So I done got hit for damn near 30 bands. You know what I'm saying? In less than a year. You feel me? Man, luckily he was cool with me. He just told me to keep the car, you know what I'm saying, and get my shit together. So I had that car for a year and a half from the summer of 2023 all the way up until what, November or December uh 24. You know what I'm saying? I just got rid of that motherfucker. And like I said, he told me to keep it, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't deal with it no more. It was like, man, fuck it, man. It was breaking down. It was having problems. It had electrical issues, all type of shit. And them foreign cars, especially them Italian cars, them Alfa Romeos. It's only two Alfa Romeo dealerships in the whole Tri City Detroit area. It's only two of them, and only one of them had parts. So guess what? With a car like that, most of them parts is on back order. So the parts that I had been on back order for like 6 months. So the car just been sitting in my driveway, and I just got to steadily keep cash happening for a car I ain't even driving. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what, man, fuck this shit. I'm like, I'm straight. He like, man, if you want it, he like, you can always come back and get it. So it's always on the flow for me, you know what I'm saying, to come back and get that motherfucker. But I couldn't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? I got popped too many times for, what I'm saying, trying to keep that bitch and waiting on these parts from backwater. You know what I'm saying? Man, I lost so much fucking money renting these damn cars. All of that I just explained was over a 5 year span, man. And I lost, let me see, let me try and add it up. I done lost a good quarter million. No lie. I done lost a good $250,000 fucking with these cars. You know what I'm saying? If not 250, at least 200 for sure. I spent 100,000 just in 2020 alone. You know what I'm saying? And then I got 21, 22, 23, 24. So after I went through that 100 bands in the first year, I still had another what 3, 4 more years of renting shit. And the cars got better since then. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Escalade alone. You know what I'm saying? On top of the Teslas and man, I had a bunch of shit, man. I had that new Suburban. I forgot to throw that in there. You know what I'm saying? I had that new Suburban for like 2 months. It was a 2023 Suburban. I got pictures of that motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't care about nothing. Man, I got towed the fuck up. So I spent a good 200, 250 on cars in the past 5 years. So I done lost a $250,000 on renting cars, and I don't got none of them cars to show for now. All I got is pictures and memories of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and tell y'all how I came to the point of getting on YouTube. Too scant. I want that Chrysler 300. Uh, Let me tell you something. I got a 300. You know what I'm saying? I got the luxury model. I didn't did shorts with it, so it's in my shorts. It's a black 300. You know what I'm saying? That's my little shooter. But them 300s, they good cars. They damn good cars. They spacious. They smooth. They get the job done. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, they cheap cars. So I advise you to just go ahead and cash one of them bitches out. You could find one of them for 10 to 15 bands, you know what I'm saying? Depending on the trim that you're looking for. If you want the basic boy, you could probably find one for like $8,000. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But if you want, like the more premium one, like the luxury or the sport, them bitches gonna be about 15 to 20,000. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen, cash that bitch out. That's the one I'm talking about. Your shit right. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. I had like 5 or 6 of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I done had a bunch of them 300s, and like I said, I still got one right now. But yeah, they good cars, dog. They damn good cars. The V8 only. The V8 is the 300Cs that come with that what is it, the 5.3 in it. Yeah, yeah, that's that boy, you know. No, 5.7, my bad. It got the same motor that them Chargers got, that Hemi. It's that same motor. Yeah, yeah, for sure. But them V8 models, they more like the older, like 2014s on back. Cause I think like 2015 they stopped putting that 5.7 and them 300s. They just went back to them 3.6s. But they still good motors, you know what I'm saying? But that 5.7, that's definitely a whole different lane, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, for that, if you find like a 2014 5.7, yeah, it might be about 10, 12,000 or something like that. It'd be worth it, be worth every dime of it. But cash that bitch out. Don't be trying to rent. Fuck that. Fuck that. Like I said, this whole live was about me renting. I done lost a good quarter mil. If I had that quarter mil right now, nigga, I'd be up. You feel me? To be honest, I wouldn't even be on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But everything happened for a reason. They got a 23 6.4 Hemi last edition. I'm on it. Damn, I ain't hip. I got to motherfucking go ahead and look into that. 'Cause, yeah, that's a bad bitch right there. But bro, you got it. You got it. Go ahead and go get it. You got it. It's for you. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell y'all how I ended up on YouTube. Because I went broke fucking with these damn cars, right? Now, I ain't never thought about doing this YouTube shit ever. You know what I'm saying? With all the knowledge I got, with everything I done been through. Man, if I was just started YouTube back in 2020 when I first started fucking with all these cars and shit, man, I'd be way past all these YouTubers right now. You know what I'm saying? Just off the shit I was doing back then, but I wasn't thinking about no shit like that. I was just out here living life, man. I was popping bottles every day. I had loaves of bread on me, brand new cars, brand new clothes, shoes. I was that nigga, dog. I'm still that nigga, but that time I was nowhere thinking about no YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, for the way how I ended up doing this YouTube shit, it was like last summer, 2024 summer. You know what I'm saying? Uh, my ex homeboy, you know, he had told me and him should start doing some podcasting, right? Now, mind you, I'm fucked up. This is right before that Alfa Romeo started breaking down on me. You know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, bro, we need to do some podcasts and we gotta get some money up in this motherfucker. He like, man, YouTube doing it. I'm like, man, I ain't fucking with that YouTube shit. Now, mind you, I be on YouTube every day. All my music is on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I just use YouTube for music. But then he just kept drilling me every time I came to come see him. He was my barber. You know what I'm saying? And I go see him once a week. Every time I go see him, he be drilling me like, bro, we gotta do this YouTube shit, man. There's so much money in it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dog, I'm not doing that shit. He kept coming with it, kept coming with it. He's showing me different shit on how people making all this money. He like, man, let's do this podcast and shit, bro. He like, man, with the knowledge you got and I got, woo woo, we put it together, man. We can make some money, dog, and everybody know us. Everybody will fuck with us. We will blow up, blah blah blah. I'm like, man, I think about it, bro. Like, yeah, maybe, maybe, you know, me and him fell out, right around that time, right? Well, I started having all these electrical problems with the Alfa Romeo and all of that shit. I parked that bitch, right? Well, basically, I'm stripped. I didn't went broke. You know what I'm saying? Renting all these cars and shit. And now the last rental car I got standing, that bitch just sitting in my driveway looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I got stripped of everything. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I gotta do something different. Like this shit just ain't working. I gotta do something different, man. So the remedy to that was let me try this YouTube shit. The same shit my barber was telling me I should do. I was like, let me go ahead and just give it a try. You know what I'm saying? Let me just go ahead and do this solo. Let me see how this shit, let me see how it go. Man, I got on it and started doing it. Here it is. I'm doing YouTube. And I did it because I went broke fucking with these damn rental cars. You know what I'm saying? I got stripped. It was like guys set me down and said, nigga, start doing this shit. Do something different. You know what I'm saying? Because before that, I was just always out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be set the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. I had to be set down, in order to do this. Because other than that, I wouldn't have did this shit. On some real shit. It's fucked up, but it is what it is. Too scant. This the dude you asked 200 after his league. Yes, bro. The same nigga, dog. It was my dog. You know what I'm saying? And he played me. You know what I'm saying? This is why me and him fell out. Because he ended up hitting the lick. Right in between that, he kept coming at me with this YouTube shit. Cause like I said, me and him was broke as hell. You know what I'm saying? We broke trying to figure something out. And he like, man, look, we need to do this YouTube shit, bro. That's what's popping. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, man, I don't know, dog, but in between that time, he ended up hitting him a little lick. He came across 10 bands. He took a picture of it and sent it to me and shit, trying to flex on me. I'm like, nigga, let me get 200 out that shit. Nigga smoked me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, for $200 out of 10 bands, that is wild as hell. So me and him stopped kicking it. Still to this day, I haven't heard from him. And that was like last June, yeah, maybe like May or June, some shit like that. I still ain't heard nothing from the nigga. It's January now, and that was for $200, bro. $200 fucking. You know what I'm saying? Not 2,000, $200. And this was my nigga that I've been knowing since middle school. Like this is my nigga. You feel me? I spend $200 a month with him just getting the lineup. I'm paying him $50 a week to line me up. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I just asked for a month's worth of lineups. You know what I'm saying? Out of 10 bands. It wasn't like I just dug in his pocket. This nigga sent me a picture of 10 bands. And he smoked me for $200. You feel me? But it's crazy how God work, man. God work in mysterious ways. You feel me? Because with that being said, that's why I started doing this shit. And I ain't monetized yet or nothing, but I see the progress. You feel me? Like the progress is crazy. I wouldn't have never expected, for the channel to be, going up the way how it is. Just off of me, speaking on past things that I've been through and shit like that. I didn't think people really would have been interested in what I had to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm from Detroit and I know a lot of people want to hear about Detroit shit like that. I just wasn't expecting it. You feel me? So I appreciate everybody rocking with me, everybody fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? People tuned in to my shit. It's like, man, I wouldn't have expected it. You feel me? But real life, this is how I got started on this shit. Is because the same nigga that played me over $200 is the same one that gave me the idea to do this shit. Just go to show you how God work in mysterious ways, because if me and him would have carried out doing the podcast thing and everything, me and him would have fell out somewhere in between it. It would have been a money problem. You know what I'm saying? And between me and him splitting the money of doing the podcast, it would have been a problem. He already showed who he was off of $200. You feel me? So just imagine we would have been doing the podcast and we would have made a couple of bands. You feel me? He would have been acting funny over that shit. So God working mysterious ways, bro. I had to be stripped from everything. And, an ex homie had to put me hip to some shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how this shit happened. So when the Alfa Romeo went down, I hopped in the 300 and I went straight to the D and I started making shorts. You know what I'm saying? And I was just all around the city just making shorts. Like, fuck it, let me try and build this channel up. Let me see how it go. Let me see if people want to see this shit. Because I didn't see a couple of YouTubers in Detroit showing Detroit, like they'd just be riding past, showing little shit, riding past, but didn't nobody want to hit the pavement. You know what I'm saying? It was like people were scared to hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, I'm out here. So I don't mind giving y'all the street shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, that shit, it did what it did. So I appreciate everybody rocking with me, dog. We gonna keep doing this shit. But that's how I went broke off these damn rentals. You know what I'm saying? These rentals took me under, you feel me? And again, I ain't on here, looking for no cash app or nothing. I'm just giving y'all a little game. If y'all decide y'all want to get in the rental game, don't do it long term, man. I'm getting back anyway. I'm straight. You feel me? It was just that I just had to tell y'all about this rental shit. Cause I know a lot of people be looking at these rental cars like, shit, I need that. I can get around, do my thing, woo woo. Yeah, you can, man. But just make sure you do what you gotta do and get the fuck on, man. Too scant. You good at this, bro. Keep going. Hey, my nigga, dog. I'm glad that you rocking with me. I'm glad that all y'all rocking with me. and I'm gonna keep bringing it. I got a whole lot more to bring, man. Just stay tuned in. You feel me? But again, this is how I went broke fucking with rentals. You know what I'm saying? I just spent a quarter mil on rentals in a 5 year span, man. No cap, bro. So don't think that you just gonna get a rental for a little minute and you gonna be good because you will look up and be just like me. 5 years in the game, quarter mil down. You feel me? So just be cautious of what you're doing. Be careful with your money, and please be frugal. You know, with your decisions, man, because you can end up like me, be down a quarter mil fucking with rental cars, and I don't got not one of them left. The one damn car I do got wasn't even 10 bands. And that's the one that's still left. But the shit that a nigga spent a quarter mil on, all that shit gone. You feel me? So just be careful with this shit, man. It's been another live stream and roll up a power up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.